Hello there. If these latest reports are to be believed, then the United Kingdom is not going to leave the European Union in any shape or form. As more information comes out today, it looks more and more like the UK will be stuffed into some sort of customs union with the European Union. And what a devious piece of double talk and double think this latest news is on a deal supposedly being brokered between the EU and the UK. According to the reports, we're somehow to believe that the EU has made massive concessions for the whole of the UK to be kept inside a customs union with the EU. What concessions exactly? The concession that allows the EU to dictate trade terms, the concession that prevents the UK as a whole and independent sovereign nation to make trade deals across the world and on its own terms, the concession that will chain Northern Ireland and thus the whole UK into a permanent state of EU vassalage. Those are all gifts from the UK establishment to the European Union. Bureaucrats are probably chilling the champagne already. Where are the concessions from the EU? The EU hasn't even mirrored UK offers on EU citizens living in the UK post-Brexit. As former UKIP MEP Roger Helmer tweeted, according to news reports, Theresa May thinks it's a breakthrough that the EU is prepared to let the whole of the UK stay in the customs union. But the whole point of Brexit is to get out of the customs union. Previously, the PM has said that keeping the UK in a customs union post-Brexit would be a broken promise. She even berated the opposition while speaking at the dispatch box during PMQs, saying, "Because from Labour you simply cannot trust a word that they say. They promised, they said they'd strike new trade deals, but what do they want? They want to be in a customs union that ensures they could not strike new trade deals. Promise broken," she stressed heavily. And she has also said on numerous occasions that we would be leaving the customs union and the single market. Now you could claim that this proposed customs union will be different because it will be a special customs union made for the UK, with some allowance made for the UK to set its own trade terms, and there is supposed to be some sort of get-out clause built into it. But which court would hold sway over the UK, and what would be the cost of exercising that get-out clause? And the simple answers are that you can bet that the European Court of Justice will still have the final say, and further, if you haven't cottoned on yet, getting out of this special bespoke customs union with the EU will be the Brexit battle all over again. Yes, that's right. We will have paid billions of pounds to be moved from one EU dungeon into another wearing the same old shackles. The get-out clause is a red herring. Do you think for 1 second that the UK establishment, having pulled out all the stops to keep us tied to the EU in this fashion, would ever allow that get-out clause to be exercised? And big business would fight tooth and nail all the way to keep us in it. And once stuck inside it, that good old EU unification ratchet will be applied once more, and we could be dragged inexorably back fully into the fold. And I say could because once trapped in this fake Brexit, it may well suit the Bureaucrats to keep us there, unable to move either forwards or backwards. After all, they may not want us back inside with any say over what goes on. Far more sensible to keep us chained up in a sort of holding kennel, taking what orders are barked at us. All those Tory and Labour manifesto promises to respect the will of the people now lie in shreds. How can Theresa May have been left to get this far with the Chequers Brexit in name-only deal? And now we're told that she could be bouncing her cabinet with this on Tuesday. On top of that, Veterans for Britain says our government is on the verge of signing over our defence and security capabilities to EU control, and with that would automatically go our foreign policy as well. The Chequers plan simply keeps the UK signed up to the EU defence and weapons development budgets, which officials conspired to force on the UK since the Brexit vote, and which necessitate a wholesale adherence to EU control, says VFB. And on Veterans for Britain, its board members sent a letter to the Times for publication back in October, and somehow in the publishing process the letter was altered to make it look as if Veterans for Britain was backing this people's vote thing, which they do not. A letter in the Times signed by board members of Veterans for Britain among others incorrectly made it appear that signatories were calling for a referendum rematch. Nothing could be further from the truth, and the changes should never have been made, said VFB. It must now be clear to even the most politically disengaged that with the evident collapse of the will of the Tory Brexiteers, the true battle against the establishment and the press to remove the UK from the EU has not even started yet. So, if you weren't angry this morning, you should be by now. And if you are, join UKIP. Now please let us all know what you think by leaving a comment below. Thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.